Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast where we agree
To disagree.
on a lot of different things. Today, Mykayla has a new hairdo.
I'm blonde.
Blonde again.
Jonas is happy.
I told you I liked the old one. I liked both of them.
He didn't like the old one that much at first.
You're happier than I am, though.
Yeah,
you
and
are
then
so
and then
excited
it
to
grew
get
on
this
him
done.
a little bit. And then now seeing me blonde, I think he likes it a lot. So
I think it's good.
anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good. But we're going to be talking about how we're really doing. So I feel like we haven't checked in a minute, and I think it's good to touch base on this and just see how we're doing because, life's been, for me, hard lately. So
Yeah, and check-ins are important. Make sure you're on the same page, kind of see what's new.
good for your mental health.
Yeah. So, I don't know, why don't you go ahead and start? Like, how are you overall? How do you feel like you're doing? And how would you describe this season of life right now?
Well, definitely a big change for the season of life. I mean, the weather in Utah has been kind of crappy for a while. We've obviously gotten a lot of snow and a lot of rain, which has been really good because we thought we weren't getting that at all. So, grateful for it, but it's also kind of been miserable. And, with being pregnant, I've really wanted to just go outside and go on walks. And we've probably done that, twice, which was really nice because all of a sudden the weather just, warmed up. Now it's a little chilly again and cloudy and rainy, but I'm just kind of ready for summer, get some sun on my skin. Being pregnant, just, toasting, cooking up the little baby.
Just
kidding.
cooking it
Don't
up.
want to cook it up. But life honestly has been hard. It's a new challenge. It's different. I have to say, I don't know if I've mentioned, I feel like I've probably said this before on the podcast, but being pregnant is harder than I feel like training for the Olympics. So honestly, it's been kind of rough for me, and you guys kind of know that. But within the last 2 weeks, I've finally kind of been doing better. I still feel nauseous, and I've only thrown up 2 times in the last 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
There's been multiple times where I feel like I'm going to throw up, and I don't, so that's good, keeping it down. Food's starting to taste a little bit better to me, and it's been nice to go on dates with Jonas because that's our favorite thing, and we have not been able to do that. So yeah, and then obviously having a baby is stressful, so just getting all the things done, and our house is a disaster because we're going through and
Oh, yeah, that's the worst part.
trying to get Jonas to fit in my closet, our closet, but technically my
Mykayla
closet.
thinks the baby needs an entire room and closet to itself.
It does.
So the baby's kicking me out of my study and my gym, because that's what that room's been, and my closet, because I've been using that closet for all of my clothes. So we're trying to find a new house for all of my stuff, and
A new
Mykayla has
house?
yeah, like a new home for all my
I
stuff.
get it. Yeah, okay.
And Mykayla has too much stuff, and so we've bought some bins. We're gonna be storing some things in the garage.
Getting rid of stuff.
But Mykayla has been in that phase for the last 2 weeks where stuff is in the bins and the bins are in our room. And every time I wake up to go to the bathroom, I kick one of the bins because they're right in my way, and we can't open our door all the way. It's pretty bad.
They'll get there.
Yeah, so
Just give it some time.
I don't know. For me, I feel like it's gone by really, really fast. You're halfway done with your pregnancy.
I am 17 weeks, and this week,
Almost halfway,
this
I
podcast
guess.
will come out on Friday, and I will be 18 weeks on Wednesday.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I mean, I guess the first month we didn't know you were pregnant, right? Because we didn't find out till the end of January. And then the next 2 months were terrible. And normally when things are bad, they go by slowly, but I feel like that it was kind of just
I don't really want to remember
it was
that.
kind of just a blur because I feel like every day was just the same. It was wake up, throw up, throw up.
Throw up some more.
I come home from work, you throw up. You're just on the couch. And so we couldn't really do anything. I don't know, for whatever reason it just kind of went by a blur.
Well, Jonas had fun being with his friends, I feel like. We
I
had some
didn't
time.
really hang out with my friends that much.
You kind of did. Not that much, but I feel like you did get to do stuff with your friends. Which,
I mean, I went to St. George once.
yeah, but you went and played basketball, and you went and did your ninja, and
yeah. Well, and then the last month has been better, but we've been busy the last month because we went to LA for American Ninja Warrior. I went back to LA for a work conference. We've been planning like the gender reveal. We've gotten back into YouTube, and so that's been fun doing some recording videos and editing again. So I would have to say this year has gone by faster than any other year.
I feel like
my whole life.
Now being done with gymnastics, it's weird how fast like life goes. Like when I was doing gym, I was like, this is never going to end. And here I was 24 still doing gymnastics. And I'm like, how am I still doing this? Like I just felt like my life's been on repeat ever since I was like 12 years old, you know, like training for the Olympics. It was just like never ending. And now it's like the days go by so fast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because I was just so busy doing hard work all the time that I was like, I just want the day to be over. And it just felt like so long, you know, and doing all the things and preparing up to it just took a long time. And, you know, the Olympics is every 4 years, so it's just a long process. But now, you're right, it does go by so much faster, which is scary because now I just feel like I keep getting older and older. Like, before you know, we're going to be back in December. I'm going to be 27. Like, that's so weird.
That's cool.
That is old. It's almost a 30. That's crazy. Wow. I still feel like I'm 22.
Well, yeah, time's going by fast. What's made you happy recently?
Well, I'm graduating.
Oh, yeah.
And we just did my graduation pictures. So that was kind of cool. And we're doing the gender reveal. So, like, I feel like pregnancy is kind of starting to feel more real because I've just been so, like, down. And then, you know, like, when you're so sick, you, like, it's not like I had doctor's appointments all the time. So it was like, is the baby alive? Is it doing okay? And then now that we've had a doctor's appointment and seen the baby, it's made it a little bit more realistic. But, like, now that we're finally going to know the gender and, like, be able to buy things, and I feel like pregnancy is kind of starting to become more, like, real and more exciting finally. Because, like, a lot of my friends found out a long time ago, but we've kind of kept pushing it back. So I'm excited it's finally happening, and my family's coming up here. So I'm excited to see my family. So there's some exciting stuff happening.
Mm-hmm. I will say, even though I don't like getting kicked out of my closet and my office and my exercise room, it is nice because we've done like a spring cleaning of the house, which is always needed. And we're talking about, tornado. Well, so we're getting rid of our guest bedroom.
Which I'm sad about.
Which I'm happy about. I mean, it just doesn't, like, we don't really have people stay here that often.
Sometimes it's annoying having a guest room because then I feel like people just want to stay. And I'm like, I just washed it. I don't want to wash the sheets and make the bed. But yeah, I do like having it because it's convenient.
I mean, it's nice for sure. But, like, I feel like, especially because our house isn't that big, it's kind of a waste of space. Because maybe we'll have someone stay in it once every few months. But
the only thing I really don't mind keeping the guest room. I think it's just the first couple of weeks of having the baby. I don't
know why you think you're going to need some, like, I'm going to be here and you're going to be here.
No, I know,
we don't
but
need
I'm just
someone
saying,
else sleeping over.
I'm saying my family's going to want to come up here and be with me and help me if I need it.
Yeah, but they all can't fit in our house anyways.
I know. I'm just saying it'd be nice for them to be able to stay the night and, like, if they need to help me get up in, like, the night with things. You know, but then, like, we won't have the guest bed. Like, my sister could stay on the couch. She's fine with that. But, like, my mom can't do that. And so it just would be annoying for her to have to, like, get a hotel. You know, like, if I need her in the middle of the night, she'll...
I don't know why you would need her in the middle of the night, though, because I'm right here.
Yeah, but you've never had a kid before, so it's just, like, I feel like you can only do so much.
I don't know. You can call her. Anyways.
Anyway, that's just my worry.
The other thing, though, is that I want to carve out a section of that room to be our, like, full-time podcast studio. So we don't have to keep doing it here at our kitchen with our cutting boards behind us. Because it is kind of annoying because, I mean, you can't really tell if you're watching. I mean, you definitely can't tell if you're listening, but this is like right in the middle of our house. And it's like right in our kitchen. And so I have to set it up and take it down every time. I just want to, like, leave something up in that room, and we can have, like, neon sign on the wall that says agree to disagree.
Jonas is sold on the fact that we need a neon.
It doesn't have to be neon, just some sort of sign.
I know, it's so funny because every time you talk about this sign, you're like, neon sign.
Because I think neon's cool, but
it's funny.
I don't know. Also, because at my work, we turned one of the rooms in our office space into a podcast studio, and it's actually sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
And so it makes me kind of jealous because I'm like, man, we've been doing a podcast for a while. We don't have a cool room like that. So
it's true.
Anyways, one day you might see a change of scenery here, but it'll also be nice because I still need, like, I don't really need, no, I do need a home office, and I don't, like, need a home gym, but that's what I do. So I guess I do need it. Anyways, the baby's taken over a lot of stuff, so we're moving around, but it's good because we're cleaning things. Has anything been bothering you or on your mind lately?
I mean, obviously becoming a parent is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to have that alone time anymore.
I heard someone say the other day, and I think I told you this today, but someone, and I can't remember where I heard it. I don't know if I heard it on a podcast. Maybe someone said it to me, but it impacted me so much that I just forgot. But someone said, like, you'll never realize until you have kids how much free time you had before you had kids. And so that's kind of been scaring me lately. Thinking about it, I'm like, I guess you're right. Because, like, as soon as that baby's born, for the next 18 years, we will be taking care of that thing, like, full time.
Yeah, but then you have to remember when they do get a little bit bigger, it gets a little easier.
I know it does, but I'm just saying that's just
but yes,
responsibility.
You're correct,
boom.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, at least a job, your career, it's still usually just Monday through Friday.
I love our alone time. I do. I really do. But sometimes I'm, like, so bored. I'm like, I just want to have a kid to, like, raise and do things with. And, I mean, you work all day. But, like, for me, I'm kind of just, like, kind of ready for that. Like, to not have alone time. But I know I'm going to want that alone time when the baby comes. But
I like alone time. And for me, it's really nice. Like, not saying it's nice when you're gone, but if you are gone,
it is nice sometimes.
I really do like where I can just do whatever kind of, because you know how you get mad at me sometimes if I'm trying to work at night. Yeah. But if you're gone, there's no one pressuring me to watch Netflix or anything, and I can just work, like, all day and all night, just feel productive, and wake up the next day and feel like I had a good day. Not saying I don't, but I like that every once in a while, but I don't know. So that's one thing that scares me, just not having free time or alone time. And babies cry a lot, and I have sensitive ears.
Every time we're sitting in church, Jonas goes, why are kids so annoying? Because, like, they'll start crying and screaming, so and the parent has to, like, carry it out, But I feel like when it's, like, kind of your own, it's, like, different. Kind of get used, like, I mean, it's still not comfortable when your baby's screaming in front of everyone, but I also feel like I just keep waiting for the day to, like, it's been on my mind a lot lately. Like, everyone's like, oh, at 14 or 15 weeks, you start feeling better, your second trimester. And then everyone's like, at, like, 16 weeks, it was better for me, or 17 or 18. And I'm like, I'm almost at 18 weeks. Like,
it's been better, though.
It's been better, but, like, I just want to, like, my sister's like, just wait, one day you're just going to wake up, you're just going to feel so good, and you're going to have so much energy, and, like, you'll just be able to eat whatever you want again. And I'm like, I haven't felt that. So, like, when is that going to happen? Like, is that ever going to happen? Or am I feeling it now because I have been doing better? But, like, do you still feel kind of sick, but, like, you're better? Because, like, I definitely, like, have more energy, but it's not like I still feel good enough to work out. Because I went and worked out for the first time, and it made me really sick. So I don't really know if I'm ready to work out yet.
You just got to take baby steps.
I did take baby steps.
Because your problem is you won't do anything to work out, or you go to that gym and you go all out.
But I didn't go all out.
I know you say that, but I don't believe you when you say that.
Oh, you should believe me. I was sitting there on the floor just chilling during some of the rotations.
Like, because I never see you doing stuff at home. Like, you could do, like, we have a Peloton. You could ride a bike.
I don't like riding the bike.
You could just walk up and down the stairs. We've got, like, 4 flights of stairs.
I do that, and I'm out of breath.
Well, you could do it more often.
Anyway.
I just don't like seeing you hurt yourself because you always come back and you're like, oh, I'm dead.
Well, let's just say I'm just waiting for that day to feel really good again, where I can just have an appetite and eat whatever I want without being sick about it, even though I can kind of eat it now. It still makes me sick. Like, I
That
feel
would
like
be
I still
nice.
don't, like, enjoy it, but it's better. Anyway.
Next check-in topic. How do you feel like our relationship has been, and have we been taking time to do date nights?
I feel like our relationship's been better
I'd say
last
so.
2 weeks.
Yeah. I think it's kind of
I feel
nice.
like you're getting really sick of me there after all that
Well,
time.
I wasn't sick of you.
No, I know, but it's just probably got to be hard for me being just sick and throwing up constantly. Like, it's just got to be annoying and, like,
Yeah, but we
having
had
to run to the store all
the
the
whole,
time.
that was kind of
Yeah.
annoying. But the whole time you were really sick, we had 0 arguments. I think because you didn't even have the energy to, like, annoy me.
That is true.
And vice
And I feel
versa.
like my hormones weren't, like, obviously my hormones were all over the place, but they weren't, like, to where it was, like, I just, like, I never felt, like, angry or, like, getting upset. I mean, obviously I was sick, but, like, I just feel like my hormones weren't, like, raging that kind of way. It's, like, a different.
We have been doing lots of date nights lately since you've been able to leave. Go to the
Yep.
movies.
We've seen, like, 3 movies. I don't know. What else have we
Well, how
done?
would you rank the movies? Because we've seen some good movies. How would you rank them, the last few?
I love Super Mario Bros.
And
It's
for
my
those of you
favorite.
listening, Mykayla and I, we used to always go to the movies, like, all the time. That's, like, always been our thing since we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it was hard because we didn't go for, like, 2 or 3 months just because you were sick. So
but it's like, I feel like there wasn't really anything playing anyway, so I guess it was kind of good. Like, there was never really anything good till recently.
I guess I didn't even
mean,
check.
maybe, yeah.
But Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros. Is my favorite.
That was a good
Dungeons
one.
and Dragons is my second.
That was
and
also a good
then
one.
Dracula, whatever that one's
Oh,
called.
Renfield.
Renfield.
That one was awesome.
I did like it, but I like Dungeons and Dragons better.
I'd probably agree. I'd probably put that one first, and then Super Mario Bros., and then Renfield. Oh, actually, I saw Air. I saw that one without you
Yeah, that was rude.
on my business trip. That one
I
was really
salty
good.
about that
I'd
one.
put that one towards the top.
I wanted to see that.
That made me want to buy a pair of Jordans. And I've never had a pair of Jordans.
Really? I guess that's true.
Have I been sweet to you lately and taken care of you? Well, you don't need to think that hard about it.
Well, I'm just trying to think of, like.
I mean, I guess lately you haven't really needed that much taking care
Yeah.
of. Ooh, I got you your pills today. Remember that?
He did get me my pills.
That was nice of me.
I mean, Jonas is a great husband.
Thanks.
He does do a lot of things. And he does help me a lot, but he does have a hard time with patience, or if I get too needy, he does get a little angry sometimes. So, like, sometimes
You
it's
have to
kind of
admit,
frustrating.
though, sometimes you're really needy.
I know. So I get it. So I feel like Jonas's
But I've been
least
doing pretty
favorite
good.
thing is to help me.
No. It's, I like helping you. My least favorite thing is when you ask me to do something where it's, like, easier for you to do it than me, but you still want me to do it.
I just like when you help me. It's
I know,
cute.
but, like, that's the sort of thing where, like, I do like helping you and I do a lot of stuff for you, but it's just that one scenario
Okay,
and it
let's go
happens
back a
all the
little bit.
time.
I'm the baby of the family.
Okay. Of, like,
And
our family or your family?
Well, my family, the baby of the family.
Okay.
My family. And I'm a daddy's girl. And so when I lived at home, my dad would do, like, anything for me. So I'm kind of just used to being waited on.
Yeah, that is a problem. Because I've seen it too. Because I've stayed at.
I know.
Like,
I'll go home and I'm like, Dad, could you get me a bowl of cereal? And he'll just go get me a bowl of
Like,
cereal.
I have never heard your dad say no to any request ever. This one time, let me tell this story. This was when we were dating, and your parents were staying at my parents' house, I think, like, for a meet or something.
Mhm.
And you were mad at me because after the meet, I went to go hang out with some friends because when we were dating, I always stayed late at your meets, always. But there was just this one time I had friends, like, in the area, and I just didn't want to wait for the 3 hours that it took you to do autographs and stuff after the meet. So I went to hang out with them, and I'm like, hey, I'll meet you at my house because you were going to come over because your parents were staying there.
I remember this.
And Mykayla was so offended that I didn't stay till I stayed the whole meet, but normally I would stay, like, wait for her, like, because they would clean up, she would do autographs and whatnot, and she would change, then I would, like, leave with her, I don't know, maybe like an hour or so later. And I didn't stay that whole time this time, and she was so mad at me, and you were so angry, And then I remember I was at my house with my parents and your parents, and we're like, "Where's Mykayla?" And you weren't like talking to me, and I think you were just dragging your feet. Finally, you started driving home.
It's a gas
Well,
station.
yeah, you were low on gas. So Mykayla calls me and she's like, it's cold outside and I'm tired. I need you to fill up my gas tank. And I'm like, I'm not
Well,
gonna.
it'd been a long day. Let's
I'm
just
like,
put it
I'm
that
not
way.
gonna. I'm like, I'm not driving.
I think I was mad because I wanted Jonas to drive back with me after the meet because we were going to his parents' house, and so like I was upset because like I had to drive all the way to his parents' house and I was low on gas, and I was already just frustrated and I just was so angry and it
And the gas station
just bugged me so bad.
It's not like it was around the corner. It's 10 minutes from my parents' house. So I'm like, Mykayla, I like you, but I'm not gonna drive 10 minutes to fill your car with gas when you're there right now. And you were throwing a fit, and I'm like, no, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to reinforce this behavior. And so I think you hung up on me, and then everyone's asking me, I'm like, oh, she's just being kind of immature. Like, she wants me to fill up her gas. She's getting gas. I'm like, it's fine. I'm sure she'll be here. And then all of a sudden, her dad answers his phone, and all we hear is he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And then we're like, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm going to go fill up Mykayla's tank of gas. She needs her. And we're like, no, like, don't do that. Like, we're like, you can't just keep. And then he goes and he did it, right? He drove all the way over there. You sat in your car like a princess.
Yeah, but I also needed to vent. So, like, I just was able to talk to my dad before I came to your house.
Yeah, but that's just an example of the things that you still do that to me, but just on a smaller scale.
I'm just a prima donna, let's put it that way.
Where it's like, trying to think of an example. I should have a million examples because you do this all the time. But like Mykayla will be in the kitchen and I'm on the couch and she's like, "Can you get me a glass of milk?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're there in the kitchen. Like I'm not gonna get up and stuff like that." So that's the one thing. Everything else I do like helping you.
It must just be a natural
pills. I'll make you food.
You do help me.
We actually, this is a big step in our family life recently. Today we signed back up for HelloFresh. Yeah. So I mean, if you've been following our YouTube for a while, I think it was, I can't remember which one we started with. It was
Home Chef.
Home Chef. So Home Chef was our Mykayla's very first like endorsement deal.
And we loved it.
Yeah. And that was at the time where we knew that like the NIL would eventually be changing. I think this was like 2020.
Yeah, but I kind of at that point,
but at that
I don't think I'm going to go back.
Yeah. And so we're like,
and we didn't know how like the NIL rules worked either.
Because the NCAA rules were, and it's better, but still are like terrible. Like, I don't know how it got to that point where like you just can't make money if you're a college athlete. Like, nope, sorry, you can't. And so Mykayla, because you've been a high level athlete for a long time, always just passed up on these deals, and then finally we'd been married for a year, maybe at that point, maybe just a few months. We got married 2019, so I don't know, like 6 months, maybe less. And we realized we're like, hey, if you might not even go back to college and there's a rumor the rules are changing anyways, like why should we, still be the NCAA's slave? And so Home Chef was the very first brand deal you ever got. And that was awesome. And so we did a lot of YouTube.
It was awesome. I mean, not only did they pay well, of course, but like we loved it. Like, yeah, it was awesome. Like getting food and being able to like
saved our marriage.
A recipe to look at and like, it's all just kind of there. I don't have to go to the store and like pick out tons of stuff and then waste tons of food and yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've probably talked about this before, but that kind of saved our marriage because I can cook, but I don't really like cooking, and I'm a pretty simple guy. And so when
Jonas will just live on eggs and oatmeal.
Yeah, I just eat eggs, oatmeal, and steak and protein shakes. Like that's really all you need to survive. It's a great diet. High protein, low fat, good amount of carbs. It's healthy.
I know, but
it's animal based.
I just don't know how you live like that.
Anyway, that's all I need, and I'm pretty simple. And then Mykayla was chicken nuggets, French fries, and cereal, and we get married, and like
don't forget chocolate milk
and chocolate. And I don't know. I just start cooking myself up like some eggs for lunch, and she'd be like, "Where's my meal?" I'm like, "Oh, you want some scrambled eggs?" She's like, "No, that's gross. I want something with it." I'm like, "What do you want with it?" And she's like, "I want breakfast burritos with eggs and hash browns and sausage and peppers and onions and toast and the flour tortillas and cinnamon sugar on my tortilla. And so like a simple meal where I would just crack like 8 eggs and just mix them up and eat them would now be it's like this whole on thing. And so that was like kind of tough. And like you're terrible at cooking. You've gotten better, but when we first got married, anyways, figuring that out took forever. Yeah. But finally we got that deal with Home Chef, and they just send you the ingredients and like the instruction card. And then we had like a 6-month deal with them, I think. And then after we started trying out, we did HelloFresh, which was really cool. I feel like we tried some other ones. We just wanted to see what else was out there. Mm-hmm. But we're back. The reason that we got off of it was when did we? Because we were doing it. We've done it at this house
most of
before.
Like my schooling. I think it was probably just when I got pregnant. Kind of.
It was, yeah, because we were doing it while it was when you got pregnant, because you weren't eating and you were just throwing up and you didn't like anything, and your kind of cravings, not really cravings, but just what you could tolerate would change so much. I was going to the store every day anyways.
Right.
So finally, we realized we're at the point now where we can start getting those meals again. So we're going to be cooking because, I don't know, I've gotten kind of tired of going out to eat for dinner every single day.
Yeah, it will be nice to have. That's why I love going home when my mom just cooks me meals. It's kind of hard because obviously growing up, I didn't have time to I guess I could have helped my mom cook. I just was so exhausted from the day and then was trying to get homework done and get ready for school the next day. So it was like I just never really helped my mom a lot in the kitchen, which was kind of a bummer because now I'm like gymnastics has taught me so many things and so many life lessons, and I've matured in a lot of ways because of it, but then in some ways I lack a lot of things because I never just had to do it or make food for myself. My mom, had to sit there and help with dinner and cook me meals because I was just busy with gymnastics all the time. So I wish I would have done more in the kitchen growing up. And my mom did ask me, but I was just like, I'm too tired. I don't want to do, the last thing I want to think about is food. So hopefully with becoming a mom, I'll get better at that. So I'm sorry.
You're good. I don't mind. I mean, it's more for you. I don't really care that you don't cook because, again, I can cook for myself. It's just you don't cook and you expect me to cook for both of us, and you don't like what I cook.
Yeah.
So that's where we have issues. But this should help. We've talked about health. How has your mental health been?
Pretty good.
I feel like it's been pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I mean, I lost 11 pounds. So, being pregnant, I haven't felt like I'm, bloated and, I'm just, eating all this junk and, because everyone's like, you just got to be careful what you eat when you're pregnant. Try to eat better things because then you're just going to want to eat junk all the time and you're going to gain weight. And so I haven't really gained the weight part. So I'm kind of hoping, it'll just kind of happen towards the end and then... So I feel pretty good.
You might not.
I'm
I
don't look that bad. Yeah, I'm
I
was worried I was just going to feel frumpy and ugly, and then I had brown hair and I hated having brown hair, and I was pregnant because my hormones, and I just felt sick. I don't know, it was so weird. But now being blonde, and now that we're going into summer and going to get some sun, I don't know, I just feel like my mental health is getting better, but I think it's just because I'm feeling better. So
that's good.
Besides the fact that I wish I could work out and be healthier in that aspect, because I thought when I got pregnant, I was going to work out and be fit the whole time and, do all the good things. And then that didn't happen. So
I'm the opposite. I cut weight preparing for Ninja just because, when you're doing that sort of stuff and swinging around, every extra pound, you can feel it. And so I lost about 10 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, I was 230 before. I got down to right around 220. It's pretty hard, though, because I'm already in pretty good shape, I would say. And I work out a lot and I eat pretty healthy. And so when I started to lose weight, and this is only the second time in my life that I've ever tried to lose weight. The first time was last year for American Ninja Warrior. And I can't really remember what I did, but it's kind of hard because when I first started to lose weight, first I just tried eating less, and that was terrible because I eat so much food, and I was just hungry all the time. And then,
But didn't you get down to like 218 or something?
not this time around.
No, last time.
Oh, you know what? When I did the carnivore diet,
Oh.
I lost like 15 pounds.
And then you were looking kind of scary.
In 2 weeks. But that was for a lot of reasons. But anyways, I cut 10 pounds. I did it pretty healthily because that was over.
Good.
That was over a few months too. It was like 2 months when I started cutting weight, and now I'm putting it back, and I'm back up 5 pounds in like the last, how long has it been? Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks since LA.
No, like 3.
3 weeks. So
just 3, going on 3.
So I'm gaining my weight back. You're actually gaining your weight back because you lost weight from the pregnancy and you're kind of getting it back, right?
I don't know. I haven't weighed myself.
Oh.
Since I've been doing better, I should do that. See what I'm at.
Well, you look healthy, so.
Thanks.
Upcoming plans.
Why was I looking scary?
No, I'm just saying you just look healthy.
That's good.
You got your glow.
Got my baby glow.
Anything exciting coming up that you're looking forward to?
The gender reveal.
I'd say we have a lot coming up we're excited to.
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of things
so
this month.
We've got your graduation, and then the gender reveals 2 days later. And then
I'm going to Arizona, so I'll be able to see my family. And
you're going to Arizona.
I'm speaking for my church.
You're also going on a retreat.
Retreat to
with
St.
one of the
George.
brands you work with.
Yep, so I'm excited for that.
We're trying to plan a baby moon in June, right?
I guess we need to figure that out.
We do need to figure that out. We've been talking about it so much, and now all of a sudden June's like a month away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that if it ever happens or when it happens.
I'm just excited to have a baby.
Oh, yeah, we got the baby coming in September. We're going to be in Nashville in July.
Oh, yeah. Friends getting married.
We got my birthday in July. Oh, we've got the Tulip Festival in the next few weeks.
I'm going to go to the Tulip Festival.
We got tickets to the Tulip Festival here in Utah.
I've never been to a Tulip Festival, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, me either, actually.
That'll look really cute. So you can get some little pictures and put on the tulips.
Oh, that'd be cute. So yeah, I feel like we have a lot of stuff coming up. We're excited about. We have some fun YouTube video ideas, which is actually really fun. It's fun to be back in like the creator phase, like thinking of ideas, filming, even editing. I don't know, I've had a love-hate relationship with editing just because it takes a long time.
Yeah, I don't like editing.
But I do like it because I can sit down and just focus. Like there's a lot of things where I lose focus on pretty easily. I don't know, pretty much everything. But there's a few things that I can just focus on.
Yeah. And
editing just happens to be one of them.
That is kind of true.
When I sit down,
you're like in the zone.
Yeah, like you've noticed.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything. I'm like, come edit down here. You're like, no, I'm doing it.
Once I start editing a video, I'm like locked in. It's true. I have my whole process down. And I don't know. I mean, we've used an editor in the past when we were doing a lot of videos.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if it's a video that I don't want to edit because I think it's going to be boring. Like when you did your makeup one or...
But it's hard because so many people are like, makeup tutorial, hair tutorial. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm that good. I don't know if I can do this. And then I tried, and Jonas is just like, this is stupid. Why are we doing a video on this? And
I didn't say it was stupid. We did it, though, right? We posted it. I feel like we did.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyways, it's good to be back in the swing of things. It's kind of fun. It's fun to have side projects again.
I think it'd be cool to get to the point where we could just hire someone, and then that way we don't even have to like worry about it. We can just like be in the zone of like our own lives and just like, because sometimes I feel like when like we have to like get footage of it, it's a little more like,
oh, you mean a videographer?
I feel like not like I'm being fake, but like it's just more like I feel like I'm not as like authentic as like I would be just like if someone could just film and I could just do my own thing instead of having to like worry about the camera and like you get like and me and like, you know what I mean? Like it'd be nice if someone just could get what we're doing, like.
Yeah, that's true. I see that.
I think that like would be nice at some point in time, but it's going good for now.
Hopefully by the time this podcast is out, actually it should be, our YouTube video that we just filmed will be out. It definitely should be. So if you're listening to this, it's at least Friday. You might be listening to it a little bit late, But go look at our latest YouTube video. I don't even know what we're going to call it yet. We don't have a title, but I just finished editing. We're just waiting on the thumbnail. We did like 20 different tests. It's like urban myths or like wives' tales about how to determine the baby's gender. And I think it's probably one of the funniest YouTube videos, like unintentionally, that we've ever made. Just because the whole thing was we were just a hot mess. And then like Mello would knock over the camera, or like we did the wedding ring test and like Mello came and tried to like bat the ring. Or like we kept laughing, and so we couldn't tell if the ring was like spinning or not. We had Mykayla pee in a cup, and we poured baking soda in it. Yeah, it was a funny video. It was fun to edit, but go watch it if you're listening to this, because that's a good one. But I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much it overall. As far as our check-in goes, I'd say we're doing pretty good. We've got some fun things coming up. I feel like we're past the hump of the worst part of the pregnancy, at least until the third trimester.
Yes, so grateful.
And we're kind of in the swing of things. We're going to a cool Thai restaurant tonight, which I'm excited about.
Some dinner, yeah. Let's see if I can eat it. That's the thing. I'll see how that goes.
But I don't know, that's pretty much it. You got anything else for us?
I don't know. Do you?
I just said my piece.
Like you're always asking me questions. I'm bad at asking you questions.
Anything else as far as our check-in goes? How you're feeling? How you're doing? Anything coming up?
I'm just excited to be a mom.
Oh, I'm just excited that we can talk about it now, because I still remember we did quite a few podcasts where you were like literally dead.
I know. I was like sorry to say anything, but then we're like, everyone probably already knows.
I know
we couldn't. This is bad.
Yeah, because we hadn't announced it yet, so we could be like, oh, sorry, she's pregnant. But there were a few podcasts where I had to carry the team on my back because you couldn't say anything or you'd
It's so bad. It's still kind of like that. Like I feel like every time we do a podcast and kind of when I'm done, I get like sick, and I think it's like maybe just like stressing about like what we're going to talk about or talking a lot. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, it does happen. I feel like every time we do the podcast, I'm like, I don't feel good now. It's weird. Weirdest thing. But I feel like once we find out what we're having, though, it's just going to be like really fun from there, don't you think?
I know. I agree. It has been, we're kind of in this weird spot because most people know the gender by like 12 or 14 weeks, right? Earlier than us, at least. Yeah, we won't find out till like 20, so I feel like...
Some of my friends knew at 9 weeks. I'm like...
Yeah, I know.
I was so sick at 9 weeks, I couldn't even function. So it's crazy to think, like, they've known for so long, and...
I know, it's weird knowing you've been pregnant this long, and we still don't know what we're having, so it's kind of hard to get an idea of the baby, because...
I know.
I don't know, gender's, an essential characteristic of a person, and...
Well, and then, like, when we go shopping, can buy things and be, like, excited about it, because we've gone to the baby
That's more
cubby.
your thing, the shopping,
yeah, but we've gone to the baby cubby, like, twice. Well, I went, and then we went, like, a day later, because Jonas came home early from work and surprised me, so I made him go in with me, and it was so hard looking at all the things, because I'm like, oh, I want a girl, and then I was looking at the boy stuff, no, I want a boy, and then I was looking at the girl, so no, I want a girl, so I think it'll be, like, fun to kind of be, like, know what we're having, this is what we can buy, and this is cute, like, just kind of be more excited about it.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm pretty convinced it's a boy, and so if
the
smoke or the confetti, well, can I finish real quick?
Yeah, sorry.
The smoke or the confetti or whatever we're doing, because I still don't know. If it's blue, then I'll be like pumped because I'm excited to have a boy, and I'll be like, I knew it. But if it's pink, then that'll be like a shocker, and that'll also be exciting. We'll be like, whoa, it's a girl. Like, that's crazy.
Right? But, like, I know, like, the myths and the tales, like, it's not always an accurate thing because, like, everyone's body reacts differently to pregnancy. But real quick before we do the Q&A, I already have, like, really thick hair. Like, I have thick, coarse hair, like, eyebrows, like, every part, like, even my leg hair is kind of thick and dark. Like, it hurts to shave because it's, like, so coarse. And anyway, my sisters are not like that. They're very fair, blonde, just have no eyebrow. Like, it's just, like, I already kind of feel like I'm half man. Like, I have more... What is it? Estrogen?
Testosterone.
Testosterone.
Yeah, that's what made you a good athlete.
In me, though. Yeah. I'm like, man, there's some... Anyway, with being pregnant, I know, like, your hair can come in darker and this and that, but, like,
it's
even
bad.
my happy trail, like, thick, like, even like it's like taken over my whole stomach, and my whole stomach's like fully like hairy, like it, and like my leg hair's even thicker and darker, and it grows like a freaking weed.
You have like as much leg hair as I do.
Yes, I just feel like everything's like so hairy, and I'm like, is it because I have a boy? So do you think like I'm just have that extra testosterone in there, you know? I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe you guys have some thoughts or opinions on that, because I'm really curious if that would have anything to do with it, or it's just my body and my hormones because of pregnancy. But also, I got my gender reveal nails done. They're really cute. One's pink, one's blue.
The pink and blue.
It's cute. Anyway, really excited. Okay, anyway, now on to the...
Today's assumption is you are really, really scared to become parents.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'm really, really scared.
Yeah, I'd say maybe scared.
I'm scared. Like,
definitely not really scared, and definitely not really, really. I don't even know if scared is the right word. I don't think I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm more just like...
Maybe a
am
little
I going to be like prepared? You know, like...
And a little
am I going to have everything, or... I mean, we've talked about before, you know, with like breastfeeding and like hopefully the baby's okay and everything's going good. I'm more like nervous just for the first couple weeks. And then after that, I think like once I get the groove, I'm like, okay, you know, I can do this.
I'm just nervous for like the actual giving birth part.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
That's what scares me.
That is really scary.
I already don't like hospitals. I hate hospitals. And even like doctors. I'm just saying.
I don't think I've ever been in a hospital bed before.
Really?
Yeah, like in the like actual hospital in a hospital bed.
That's right. You never have, because you've never had surgery or anything.
Yeah, so I feel like it's gonna be weird. Like, I always go to the hospital, I get like heebie-jeebies. Like, especially when your dad was in the hospital, I'm like, I don't want to be in a hospital bed and like hooked up to things, and yeah, it's just kind of weird. Well,
it's gonna be an adventure. Anyways, that's all we got for you. Thanks as always for tuning in. If you're on Apple or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review, because that really helps. We appreciate it. If you're on YouTube,
yes, 5 stars. 5 stars.
Like it up, say hi in the comments. But that's all we got. Check out the gender myths video. I don't know what we're going to call it. Go search for it.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Lots of fun things. So excited. Woo, 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 woo.